Where?
This?
Prosciutto?
Is it frozen or?
No.
I'm gonna check the temperature.
Ooh, Nelly.
Uh-oh, problem. I see it in his eyes.
Sorry. You can't use the prosciutto.
What is preserved meat?
It's a solid portion of meat and
Right, so no germs could get inside there.
But the temp is a little bit high.
It's cured meat. It's packed in salt for a year and a half. It's not cooked in the first place. All the bacteria has been pulled out of it. You know,
The bacteria aren't pulled out. They're there.
People have been eating prosciutto for thousands of years before refrigeration.
I totally agree, but because of the temperature, it represents a potential safety hazard. Not guaranteed. I don't want to get anybody sick.
That's sad right there. I'm gonna eat. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna take it home. But I care about wasting that piece of meat. That's a really solid, important piece of meat.
The women may have to rethink their strategy.
Okay. Cool. Great.
Dumpster diving is definitely not for everybody.
Bingo.
Bobby and Michael know they still need to find a lot more waste food if they're going to feed 100 people. And they need a plan.
We have to be a little bit more inventive than they are in terms of how we're going to utilize a beef tongue.
Tongues and hearts. Those things are delicious, but we got dealt more difficult ingredients.
After losing the prosciutto, Ann and Alex call it a night.
We've got a long way to go. You know, we don't have a well-rounded dinner.
On the way home, Ann gets a call from a vendor who explains that no one knows more about rescuing food from the garbage than a freegan. So Ann agrees to a late-night rendezvous.
Nice to meet you, too. So you've got to tell me, like, what is a freegan?
Well, a freegan is somebody who tries to avoid consumerism at all costs, and when it comes to food, that means dumpster diving.
So it's kind of a way of life for you.
Yes,
like,
it is.
all
yeah.
around, so you're just making it 100% your way of life.
You probably think the only people that go through trash for their food are homeless people or people of need. It's not. I have a good job, and I have a nice home. I do this because I want to and because it's there.
I can't wait for this adventure.
Let's dig in. We're going to a supermarket's trash spot where I get most of my meals from. Here. I'm going to find a bag that's got a nice couple of lumpy things in there. What are you? Here. Look at all those
Wow, that's a
tomatoes.
whole bag of tomatoes.
Perfectly good, not a blemish
Wow,
on
look
them.
at that. Those are perfect tomatoes.
Tons and tons and tons of them.
Pull that out, see what's in there.
Does that look like trash to you?
Wow. Oh, my God.
You tell me what this stuff is called, and I'll eat it.
Swiss chard.
Swiss chard it is.
That's
Yay.
beautiful Swiss chard.
Wheatberry quinoa salad.
Quinoa.
There you go, thank you.
There's a whole bag of this stuff, all of the same stuff.
What did they say the date was on this?
That's tomorrow.
And, you know, this is going on every night at 1,000 stores across this city.
Yeah.
Like this right here, an American staple, the good old bagel.
Wow.
Bunch of avocados.
Too bad Bobby Flay's not here.
I'll find a chipotle pepper for him.
I have just survived my first dumpster dive. This amount of food right here is a lot of food. I was surprised at like how much good stuff there was.
I know people think I might be crazy for dumpster diving, but it's crazy to throw away perfectly good food.
Yeah.
I would like for there to be one day that I could ride from one end of Manhattan to the other without any food that's still edible being put out.
I feel like I just want to say thank you for rescuing this food. I have this banquet I'm cooking for 100 people. I would really appreciate it if you would come and be my guest.
I would love to. I want to see what you can do with all this kind of stuff.
All right, so we need to fill in the gaps today. We got the fish bones, now we need the veggie bones.
I think we need that burst of freshness, because that's how I think we're really going to pull ahead in this.
I think what we should do is get out of the city a little bit, go to some farms and, you know, hit some produce places, maybe get some more meat. I don't know. What do you think?
I'll focus on the meat dish.
Okay.
You focus on the starter.
Okay.
And then we could reconvene.
Man.
All right.
Aww. We're on the hunt here, and I am a forager by nature.
The plan for today is we're going to go to a farm in Marlboro, New York.
What I'm hopeful of today is that maybe we could find some cabbages or herbs that we could pick through.
Each team is looking for key ingredients for their dishes and the opportunity to pull ahead in the competition.
We still have a little bit of a work cut out for us, but, you know, we want to beat Alex and Ann.
There's got to be waste generated in everything that these farmers do. I want to collect all that for me and Ann and win this gig.
Alex is going to Donaldson Farms, which harvests multiple crops.
Hi. Hi.
Chef Alex, how are you?
Wow.
Here we are, the peach orchard. Every time that the people are picking, they'll have a few they throw on the ground because there's always a few that aren't quite perfect. This one fell off on the ground. You can see where it hit the rocks and stuff on the ground. But we can't put that in our box. The people, they wouldn't want them. They want them to be perfect.
So that tiny little blemish makes it no prize at the county fair. This is a perfectly good peach, right on the ground like this.
Yep.
Oh, my God. If you just look down this way, it's like a bounty. Look at that. We got to train ourselves to eat less than perfect peaches.
And the same expectation goes for tomatoes.
Look at this perfectly gorgeous one. Wow, these are great.
The tomato plant has sucked up so much water, so the skin cracks.
Unbelievable.
And like I was
bursting at the seams. It's beautiful.
And just a little crack from too much rain.
Sold.
If we brought this to our grocery store customers or even our retail outlet, the people, they wouldn't want them. We've trained the American consumer to demand perfection.
It doesn't matter how perfect the tomatoes look when you start. It's the taste you end up with at the end. You won't be able to sell this.
No, because people would pass that up in the grocery store.
And that's exactly what Ann is finding out at a downtown grocery store, where the owner removes blemished produce from the shelves because her customers won't buy them.
We have jicama, carrots,
Okay.
the roots don't look pretty. They won't take them.
You know, a box like this, is this sort of a daily occurrence?
We throw out daily, let's say like 1 or 2 garbage bags.
That's 14 garbage bags full
It
of
could be.
food
It
a
could
week.
be.
You think about how many people that could feed, and good food, you know, that makes me sad.
I know, right?
I will be happy to take it all off your hands. I
Not
can
a
use all this
problem.
stuff.
Sure.
All right,
We're
thanks
happy.
a lot.
Thank you.
As a chef, we kind of think about what we're going to cook with on the fly. You know, it's kind of like going to the market and seeing what you want to cook with, what's good. In this case, we're going to see what's available to us as wasted food.
Bobby is visiting Lawrence Farms Orchards, where you can pick your own produce.
How much would you say that you wasted here?
We're almost 40 to 50% waste. It's a lot of waste here. It really is.
40 to 50% waste. I would never guess that. Okay.
This is cabbage. What happens is people come in and they'll pick one and they discard it. So I got heads here and here.
They pick it and they throw it.
It's not big enough, or they find a bigger one and then they'll toss that one.
This is Savoy, yeah.
Yeah. Now
great.
this one.
Look at that. It's gorgeous. And crispy, crunchy.
Yep.
You know, you can feed a whole family right there.
But it doesn't have the eye appeal.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Right.
It's going to be coleslaw anyway.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. There should be a penalty for picking and leaving fruits and vegetables on your orchard. That will never get sold.
Nope.
That's amazing.
I got a whole field of sweet corn here that nobody's going to take.
Only because it's knocked down?
That's it, then they're ready.
We have a serious problem.
It's day 2 of the challenge, and 3 of the 4 chefs have left the city to hit farms, hoping to source a greater volume of food for the banquet tomorrow. The reality of the mountains of waste America produces every day is having an effect on both teams. Michael visits Honeybrook Organic Farm, where they harvest multiple crops and sell to customers on site. Sherry is the farm planner and shows Michael some of their waste.
This was destined for the compost heap. Perfectly good basil. One problem, it's going to seed, so nobody's going to want it.
When herbs are harvested late, they go to seed and begin to flower, which makes them less flavorful.
There's tons of beautiful basil here. Bobby's doing something with ricotta cheese, and I think this would be beautiful folded in. The ones that I don't take, you bring them all to compost?
We do, yes.
Could I go see the compost?
Yes, it's just this way. One of the things that our customers don't realize is when they're rummaging through bins trying to find that big tomato, they're bruising the tomatoes. And so just the act of looking for the biggest, and that's what winds up getting into our compost pile.
We've been spoiled in America. We don't want to work for our food anymore, and it sickens you to see all this food just sitting out here. I see a lot of marinara.
Alex has also made her way to the compost pile over at Donaldson Farms.
I can't believe that your compost pile is as beautiful as the stuff we've seen in the fields. It's really astounding to see something this dramatic. Tomatoes, peppers.
And this pile's the same size every year, maybe a little bit bigger every year.
Dan visits Madani Halal, a poultry processing company that supplies restaurants and walk-in customers, and sends a lot of chickens to the garbage due to customer suspicion.
We carry about 15 breeds of chicken.
How many chickens a day do you use?
Up to 60 birds a day. We have some large equipment here, and during the cleaning process, some bones may get broken or skin torn. Perfectly fine, but unfortunately we can't sell them. These are some of the birds that we can no longer use. There's nothing wrong with it. As you can see, it's a beautiful heirloom bird. We couldn't use this one because the wing is broken.
Yikes. No, they can't take this, or it's just...
It's the psychological idea that, you know, it has a broken wing, so perhaps it's diseased, or there's something, you know, they think there's more to it than just a simple broken wing.
This is from how many days?
This is from 2 days.
2 days, and how many chickens are here?
About 45, I believe. We lose approximately $30,000 to $50,000 a year in just chickens alone. We have one broken turkey wing, and the whole 20, 30-pound turkey has to go out.
You know what? If you're going to throw these babies out, I will take them all. I will love these chickens.
Good deal.
I think of all the stuff that I've seen, this was the biggest amount of waste. They come here alive. They're carefully and humanely slaughtered. And sadly, just because their skin has a little tear, people don't want them. This makes me really sad.
Apparently, it's not just poultry that customers are suspicious of. The fear that something is wrong with a food because it strays slightly from our expectations even extends to the most picturesque farmlands.
This is corn that hurricane knocked down.
That is gorgeous. Look at that.
Nobody's going to want to pick this because it's all gotten laid down with the heavy winds we had during the hurricane.
And it's only because it's knocked down?
They think something's wrong with it because it's laying down on the ground. So I got a whole field of sweet corn here that nobody's going to take.
I'll take the whole crop. I can't look at this corn and not use it.
Although they both did well today, Ann and Alex don't have enough ingredients for dessert, and so Alex makes a last-minute stop at Apple Ridge Farms, a family-run business.
Nice to meet you. This is incredible in here. Talk about connecting with your food. Not all eggs are laying the equal size, right?
Right. When you see them in the supermarket, they've been graded. They're all
sorted and perfect.
Sorted and perfect. It's not the case when they come out of the chickens. They come out all different sizes, from teeny tiny.
Oh my God.
To gigantic.
These are beautiful.
And you can see the colors vary. Some of our chickens lay blue eggs. Some of them lay a light-colored egg. Some of them lay a darker-colored egg. We have all different types of chickens here, so.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's definitely a double yoker. Problem with this egg is it's just too big.
So you won't sell that?
I can't close the carton on it.
And you can't close the carton on this without having it jiggle around like a pebble?
Exactly.
Brian throws away around 2,000 eggs a year, but the estimated number of wasted eggs in America is 5 billion.
They're fresh beyond belief, and they're going to be delicious.
Michael might be loading up produce, but he is thinking about meat and his concerns for his entree.
I think we could make a dish with the tongue, and I personally would be thrilled with it. But when we're feeding 100 people and they're judging us on whether they like it best, it would be nice to get something that they're a little bit more familiar with.
Michael called Pat LaFrida, a wholesale and retail meat purveyor, looking for more ingredients. He calls Bobby to update him on his new strategy to save their entree.
I told him we were looking for marrow bones, and he said, yeah, people don't want to use them, and then we'll see what else they got when we get there. What did you find?
I got unbelievable corn. I also got some cabbage.
Oh, nice. I'll see you in LaFrida in about an hour.
All right, great. I'll see you in a little while. It's getting pretty late now. I just hope that LaFrida has, you know, what we're looking for. And for Michael's sake, I don't want to see tears.
So I called you on the phone earlier in a little bit of a panic. I'm looking